How's it going, fellow trainers? Mike back, doing another Pokemon kind of unboxing video. Going to be unboxing the Night Striker theme deck. We're just going to be looking at the basic contents. I'll actually show you the deck online since you do get a code to unlock it. Here's the checklist. You get a 60 card deck, checklist, metallic coin, 2-player playmat, and rule sheet. A code to unlock the deck online, one deck box, and damage counters. I kind of find the deck box to be kind of useless because it's not big enough to fit the cards sleeved. I usually play with sleeves. So we're going to open this, we're going to redeem the code, and then I'm going to show you the rest of this online. So let's just rip into this box here. Alright, and here is the foil Noivern. Here's the online code. We have the coin. Looks like a Mewtwo, or a version of Mewtwo, I should say. There's heads and Pokemon symbol on back. Here's the deck. It's included in the deck box. So here's the deck. Some decent stuff in here. We'll go through the deck in more detail when we get to the online portion of that. But I am very happy that this deck includes Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. I have a deck online right now that only has one Ghastly, one Haunter, and one Gengar, so this could give me more of those. I think this is like the rule breakdown here about how to use like Mega Evolutions, BreakThrough, checklist for BreakThrough. I might actually use that. I mostly have Breakpoint cards, but BreakThrough, I have a few packs of those. Here's the damage counters and condition markers. So the counters and a poison and burn condition marker, and the playmat. We'll be back momentarily. We're going to get this pack or deck redeemed online, and we're going to go through and list off the cards and what they do. Stay tuned for that. Alright, so we got the code entered in for the theme deck. We're going to go ahead and claim it. Here we go. So there's our deck right here. We're going to head into our collection. Actually, we're going to head into our deck manager, I should say. Deck manager, Mental Might, Wave Slasher, Basic Yellow. So Psychic, Mental Might. Alright, it's not in here. Let's go to my collection. Alright, here we go. There is our coin, all our energies, all our cards. Got that guy as well. Done here. Head to the deck manager. So here's the Night Striker deck. We're going to take a look at it. Alright, so we have Zora. It's 60 HP. It's a Darkness Pokemon. For one Darkness, it has Moonless Magic. Your opponent's Pokemon is now confused, and for Darkness and Colorless, it has Dark Edge. Discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. We have Zorak, which evolves out of that. Has 100 hit points, has the stand-in ability, so once during your turn, before you do attacks, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. For 2 Colorless, it has Mind Jack, so it does 10 damage, plus 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. We have Teddy Ursa, 70 hit points, and for 2 Colorless, it does Flop for 30 damage. We have Ursa Ring, which evolves out of Teddy Ursa, has 130 hit points, has Drag Off for 3 Colorless, which lets you switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon, and it does 50 damage to the new active Pokemon. And it has Swing Around for 80 damage for 4 colorless. Flip 2 coins, and it does 40 more damage for each heads. There's Routes. It has 60 hit points. It has Nap for 1 psychic energy, and heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. And 2 colorless, it does Smack for 20. We have Corilla, which has 80 hit points. It has Beckon for 1 psychic. Put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. A good way to recycle your supporters. And it can do Quick Turn for 2 colorless. Does flips 2 coins, and it does 30 damage times the number of heads. We have Misdreavus for 60 HP. Has Haunt for 1 psychic, which just puts 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. We have Wobbuffet. Or is it Wobbuffet or Wobbuffet? I've never really been able to pronounce that correctly. It has 100 hit points. It has Mirror Barrier for 1 colorless. Flip a coin. If its heads, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn. And for 2 psychic and a colorless, it can do Rolling Tackle for 50 damage. We have Ghastly. It has 50 hit points. It has Sleep Poison, so flip a coin. If its heads, the active Pokemon is now asleep and poisoned. We have Haunter with 70 hit points. It evolves from Ghastly. It has the Gothic Fear ability. When you play it from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may leave both active Pokemon confused. It also has Poison Ring for 1 psychic and 1 colorless. Your opponent's Pokemon is active Pokemon is now poisoned, and that Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. We have Gengar, has 130 hit points. It has Sinister Fog, so your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's benched Pokemon as well. And then it has Creepshow for 1 psychic, 1 colorless. If your opponent's active Pokemon has 3 or more damage counters on it, that Pokemon is knocked out. We have Noibat. It has Blot for it has 50 hit points. It also has Blot for 1 colorless to heal 10 damage from that Pokemon. Here's Noivern. It evolves out of Noibat. It has 100 hit points. It has, for 1 colorless, it has Tuning, which shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw a number of cards equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand. And for 1 psychic, 1 darkness, 1 colorless, it has Air Slash for 120 damage, and you have to discard an energy attached to it. There's another one of him. We have Inklay, has 50 hit points. For darkness and colorless, it does Disorderly Flip, does flip 4 coins, and it does 10 damage times the number of heads. We have Cressella has 110 hit points. It has the ability of My Way. If there's any stadium in play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. And it has Moonlight Gain for 1 psychic, 2 colorless, does 70 damage, and heals 20 from this Pokemon. We have the Professor's Letter. So search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle. We have the Reserve Ticket, which flip a coin. If it's heads, search your deck for a card, shuffle your deck, and then put that card on top of it. Nice tutoring ability. We have Switch. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. We have Fisherman. Put 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. We have Tierno to draw 3 cards. Kind of like a staple in a lot of these decks. We have Wally, which lets you search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon, excluding EX Pokemon, and put it onto that Pokemon. It counts as evolving it. Shuffle your deck afterwards, and you can also use this card during your first turn or on the turn when a Pokemon first comes into play. We have Skyla, which lets you search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. You have the Pokemon Fan Club. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them, and then put them into your hand, shuffle the deck afterward. We have Pokemon Center Lady. Again, I could just call it the Nurse Joy card. Heals 60 damage and removes all special conditions from one of your Pokemon. Giovanni's Scheme, which is a supporter that lets you choose one of these options. You can either draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand, or during this turn, your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before you apply weakness and resistance. We have 7 Darkness Energy and 11 Psychic Energy. So that's the deck.